0-3-2, their fourth pickup. Or rather, fourth ban out. They're going to think about it as well. She's getting rid of the Necrophos, so not wanting to have that up against the Spectre, which is fair enough. Also see the Zeus ban from Neon.
Yep. No global strat. Not going to have that fun. So, no combination with the haunts, at least for now. Maybe room for an Invoker for Sunstrike haunt, but it's not the same impact. Probably not for 0-3-2. Of course, we have seen the Nico Evoker once. It does get off to a pretty decent start, so could come out, but again, you usually see that with Faceless Void, not the spec.
Well, pickups now for 0-3-2. I mean, I think you do just want to play 4 Protect 1 here with the Spectre. Try and slow down Skem again on this Drow Ranger. You're always going to have the Haunt in anyway from the Spectre whenever you really want, so you don't have to worry too much about that.
Ooh.
They go for the Mars pickup, Neon. They'll respond with the Viper pickup. They go back to the Viper now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of value for that Viper here. You've got the break to deal with the Spectre and the Morris now. So just a lot of value from the Nether Toxin coming in. 0-3-2, they are building up the team fight with Mars. I worry about this though because there's already Avenge there from Neon. So they can kind of save whoever is caught in the spear. As long as the spacing is right there from the Venge. So I believe that's going to be Johnny Well. Has a lot of pressure to just ensure that his spacing is right. A lot of value now as well with a Viper. You've got Drow, Venge of Viper, so 3 ranged heroes to make that happen. 0-3-2 though, they go back to the Oracle for Ninja Bogey. He does fantastic work in the hero. His spacing is on point. It's going to make it a lot harder to just jump in and deal with that Spectre now.
It is. Neon, how do they respond here?
10 seconds remain.
I wonder where the Viper's going as well, because it could very well just be a JG Viper to try and really make it hard for the Spectre in lane. Gotta say though, without the solo XP coming in for the Viper, he does tend to go a bit too slow in terms of levels to really abuse the poison attack.
Yeah, it does. Its scaling is not the best in a shared lane. That's why you tend to see it mid, unless you really value the slowdown. They do go with a Pango here in Neon, keeping the flexibility open. We've seen play hard Pango before. We have seen it mid, although I don't recall. Has Ypaj done it maybe once down mid? You've got that flexibility now with what goes mid, what goes off. So they're keeping their options open there. Perhaps, again, that could just be the play hard Pango as well. They don't have last pick, though, so Neon's going to have to hammer in their draft first. It might give 0-3-2 enough time to read what exactly is going on in the draft.
I don't know. I don't think 0-3-2 have too much to be worried about just based off drafts. Like, the Viper's going to be annoying, but they have the answer for Skem. The Pango, of course, from play hard could be quite infuriating as well, but...
Yeah. It's... Honestly, it's not quite stitched in for Neon. Like, you've got this Rolling Thunder coming in. You don't have any other hold, really, for AoE. Like, Venge Stun is there. Swap into the Rolling, I guess, but nothing else. So, you're going to have to see something that gives Neon some teamfight potential. I think that's really pertinent here because 0-3-2, they might just be able to run you down. They don't need to worry about clumping up. They just have to run down the Drow and everything can kind of fall apart. I guess the Viper can stand and fight, but if he's overwhelmed, then it's still just one hero. I'm going to have to see what they do bring out last. And again, they've got some flexibility with where to put the Viper and Pango, but I think you want something like a solid team fighter with control here to tie this one up for Neon.
They do need it. 0-3-2 actually banning out the TA, so not wanting that kind of tempo setting here on that mid lane for Neon. I mean, what else do you want here against the Spectre? You've already got the break from the Viper. It's just a matter of, are you wanting damage? Do you want control? Oh, okay, the Dazzle pickup comes out, and that might actually be a core Dazzle, or potentially just a support Dazzle again that we used to see back in the day. Not 100% sure yet, but this is something new from Neon.
It is. I do recall the JG Dazzle a couple of times from Pound. Oh my god.
Yep. Cheese picks are upon us, 0-3-2.
Oh boy.
They'll bring out the Nico Broodmother. Now, that is going up against the Viper Pangolier, so they have some answers for the Spiderlings for sure. Nethertox not that great though up against the Spiderlings in all fairness, because you know they just walk away. Maybe the Pangolier mid could be an option.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they do have the way to handle that. Looks like Neon's gonna think about it a bit. The Dazzle core is something we haven't seen in a while. Yeah, Yopaj, Pango mid, you called it right. JG on the Dazzle. So it looks like Viper 4 for play hard. That's gonna be an interesting one for him to play out. No, actually, Pause 5. Viper for John Uwell.
Wow.
Yeah, even more interesting proposition there. Neon, we're gonna find out what they get done here, but that Broodmother seemed to have caught them off guard. We'll see what happens here. It's
it certainly has. Like
mm,
they did not see it coming for sure.
nope, no, definitely not. It's 0-3-2. They're not messing around, Mike. You know, first game looked a bit sloppy at some parts, but this one is gonna be faster paced. These 4 heroes will try to buy time for Natsumi. Neon has to really try to weather the storm, get Skem big enough, and it's just so strange because you want the Viper to be big, but it's a pos 5. So you get JG to the point where he's 18, you know, get the Guardian Greaves up as well. So it's a bit of patience here for Neon, tempering back the aggression of 0-3-2. We'll see if they can get it done. There's some answers here. The Pango into Brood, you pointed out in draft. That is generally favorable for the Pango, although early levels of Swash are pretty long and cooldown, so that's something Nico can dance around. We'll see how it unfolds. Neon, life's on the line here. Gotta find a win if they want to stay in.
Absolutely right. I really don't know about this laning phase anymore for Neon though. It's just if Nico plays a good Broodmother, and in all fairness, I haven't seen him play Broodmother yet. But if he does play a good Broodmother, it is going to be extremely hard to slow them down throughout this early to mid game. And because you'll be spending so much time and attention on the Broodmother, you might just forget about Natsumi. And that's not what you want to do, because you are versing a Spectre with a Drow.
Skem just saying that Bach is a bit full of himself, you know, feeling way too confident. Healess.
I think
Skem.
You'll have to do better than that.
No, Skem just called him out. He's feeling full because he has a significant other. And Bach's like, no, you're my idol.
Wow,
Bach's
wow,
like,
wow.
you're my idol. It's fine. You know?
Wow.
I know what they're on about. You're saying something. What do you think about Bach, Mike? What is that? What's the take?
I think Bach has the right to be confident this game.
Oh yeah, for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, it's like they've got the better draft, 100%. Dota Plus is actually on the side of Neon though, so there you go. The AI disagrees in top lane, play hard. It's getting dropped. Natsumi is getting low now as well. Maybe it's the Dazzle effect, John, the core Dazzle. Very, very dangerous here for 0-3-2. Bot lane, Bot. Bot's gonna die here.
Oh.
Skem does get it. Nice first blown up for Neon.
That's what you get for feeling healess. Ayopa healess. No, don't be so full of yourself, Bach. You'll get punished, and Scam dishes it out. So good start here for Neon, finding the 2 bounties, getting first blood onto Scam. You're gonna be happy with that. It's gonna offset that start, and looking down mid first. Of course, it's the Broodmother lane. Yopaj is gonna have his work cut out for him. Swash is nice, but once you hit level 2, I think that is a bigger spike for the Brood. The cooldown on Swash is just not favorable, and Nico should be able to at least dance the Spiderlings around. So that's something Yopaj has to be very disciplined about, and we'll see how much he can really get done. It's not a very typical lane, but it should be something that Yopaj can somewhat manage to a certain extent.
Well, I think he's going to need to go for the shield crash as well early on. Like, you definitely want the lucky shot, but the Broodmother's not going to care for the lucky shot because you can still use the Spiderlings. So you're definitely going to want to have that shield crash to just clear out the Spiderlings if they do get too close, but Rap got very low apparently down at that bot lane. And that's one lane we haven't discussed too much yet, but the Drow Ranger can be quite dangerous to go into, especially considering she does have a position 5 Viper. So you've got a lot of slow there. at that bot lane. You can't really afford to get caught out if you're 0-3-2.
No, it's a really cancerous lane, to be fair here. Like, the Pos 5 Viper has some very sensitive timings, but Januel's making it work. They've shoved back Bach. He's just standing behind his creep wave, trying to soak some EXP. Skem's gonna have a good ride in this wave, finding those last hits. It's gonna be a rough time. These are two melee heroes, Mike, up against a Viper. It's never fun in this kind of situation.
No, it's not. Top lane, Natsumi. Being chased down a little bit there on the Spectre, but he'll be alright to survive. Thing is, however, he is not CSing very well on the Spectre so far. Only 4 in comparison to the 10 of Skem's Drow. JG and Playhard have been really focusing in on trying to get as many denies off as possible. They've been doing a pretty good job of it as well.
Yeah, they've really held this lane back a ton. Again, they're just leveraging these early range starts. Like, they've got the Vengeance Aura up and Playhard, so that means even JG can have a bit more range, a bit more harassment to come in. Ninja Bogey can only get the heals off and the dispels off so many times. So Natsumi, it's not easy. It's the dual range lane up against a melee core. And these guys do hit hard, so Natsumi's just not having a good time.
No, he's not. You know who is having a good time, though? Yopash, apparently, in that
Oh,
mid
yeah.
lane. Just, kind of destroying Nico at the moment, quite frankly. Of course, in CS, it's not going to mean much, because the Spiderlings are going to die, and it's going to mean that Yopash looks a lot better in terms of farm than he actually is for now. But in terms of just harassing out Nico, he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, he's really forced Nico back, and he's just trying to regen through the spider webs. He does have the soul ring, so he could try to play the harassment game there, but he's gonna need some help at some point, or at least maybe start stacking up his own camps, because this lane is basically unsustainable right now. Just every time the swatch is up, you're just gonna cop so many hits.
Nico hasn't really brought any regen with him, so he's kind of stuck waiting. I believe the courier is coming out with some now, but
No.
more damage out. He's got a salve. He'll be alright.
Yeah, it's a risky lane still. Hey, the rest of the lanes really aren't just going 0-3-2's ways. Everyone's kind of dropping low. Ninja Boga up top is dropping low. You saw Rap being chased down by John. They're really leveraging this range strat quite nicely here, Neon, just taking advantage of this early game.
They are. Nico now trying to give it back to Yopash, but he's a tanky Pangolier. He's going to be alright. Looks like Nico just does decide it's time to just start rotating through the jungle and trying to get creeps that way, but Yopash is not going to let him do that either. He's going to keep swashbuckling in the direction of the jungle camps. And Nico, he'll have plenty of time to catch up, but you don't want to do that. That's not how you micro the Spiderlings, that's for sure.
Nope. It's looking a bit nasty. Mid, I mean, it's 53 last hits on Yopash. The number looks funny because of those Spiderlings. It's not right, of course. It's not as much gold, but it's still a good start. Neon, they're just shutting down 0-3-2. They're making it hard for Natsumi to farm. That's the biggest hurting point, and they're really starting to get some punishment out here.
Man, they're getting no farm on this Mars, by the way. Box had to TP as well as the Tiny. And Rap, he's going to go back up towards the top lane and try to set up onto Playhard. The Avalanche toss up into Natsumi. But JG trying to help out, won't be able to. Now JG might need to make a run for it. He wants to keep that Poison Touch alive on Natsumi, but doesn't want to take too much damage himself. Natsumi's still getting Poison Touch because of this Venge Spirit illusion. Does almost die, surviving just barely on 30 HP.
Yeah, it's not great. They dropped Ninja Bogey as well to Yopash. Looks like they were trying to contest some runes, and Yopash finds some punishment. So you really have set this Pango up for success. He's at top of the net worth charts, 2.8k gold. Early on, not too much. Still 200 ahead of his own, 100 ahead of his own Drow. Gonna have a good, smooth start towards the Maelstrom, and once you've got that, well, Spiderlings are just not gonna live through it anymore.
Yeah, this is really bad for 0-3-2. Yopash is going to rush the Maelstrom. He's not going to have it up very late either. It's going to be sub 10 minutes at this rate. Yeah, Nico, it's a lot of Spiderlings to give away, sir. Trying to go for the Orchid build-up, but it's just going to take too much time at this rate.
Yep.
Not really a brood mother game, is it?
No, he needs to play in the jungle, or at least maybe switch lanes if they want, but every single one's a challenging one. And Neon, they're just working it well, though. Rap.
Top lane. Get caught out there. JG goes for an avalanche, but Rap is going to block him off, and JG does die, but so does Rap, and Natsumi is very, very low right now. Playhard is going to keep up the vision, and Skem is going to continue to try and follow. He gets the courier of Natsumi. Natsumi tried to salve up, but it's cancelled by Playhard, and now he's really just stuck. He's going to try and just cut his way through the jungle and might make it out. In fact, he'll try for the TP. Playhard will spot him out and gets the stun off. Everything has been used up by Natsumi. He will fairy fire and try to fight, but Playhard will be able to get him, and Natsumi's going to be making the walk of shame back.
Oh boy, it's falling apart here for 0-3-2 in the early game. 4-3, but definite huge momentum advantage for Neon, forcing a tri-lane up top just to defend her Spectre. This is opening so much space down bot for Janual to actually play catch-up now, as they do still have Skem around, and they're going to keep that momentum up. They want this tower early.
Rap, avalanche, toss back into the arena of Bok. They are going to be able to at least get Skem, and that's a huge pick-off to get for 0-3-2. That's the kind of stuff you want to be seeing out of this dire side.
Yeah, it's the punishment finally coming in. They actually tipped Skem. Alright, still, Neon, they are still finding some timings here. You worry about your Paj. He is just saving. In fact, he's holding 1.5k in the bank. Yeah, it's just going to be that rush to the Maelstrom. So going to skip the boots, get the Maelstrom up. And once again, once you have that, Nico has to be so cautious with his creeps. Has to micro them well. Januel is actually now getting space for his Pause 5 Viper to just build up by itself. So it's actually going to come online at a pretty good point as well. The farm is... You look at Januel's farm, he's just behind Natsumi. And that's really not good news for your Spectre, just being 100 ahead of these supports. You need to give Natsumi something to play with here.
T2 mid tower, going to drop very quick. T1 gone. Paj will pick it up. He has the Maelstrom up now. Which means the Broodmother's game is somewhat over. If it wasn't already. Like this, you can still be quite strong on the Brood, even if you have the wave clear from this Pangolier. But if your Paj is on his game this game, which it does seem like he is, it's going to be pretty tough to get anything done.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. They have really kept some good tabs on that. And with the objective gone, of course, they can start invading, although...
Yeah, Janual goes down bot lane. Ninja Boogie able to pick that one up. But you can't really forget, that's a Pause 5 Viper. It's still just a support pickoff.
Yeah, it's not the biggest trade in the world. They are protecting Natsumi now, though. So this is what you want to see here for 0-3-2. Getting your Spectre some space out, trying to build up into that Manta-style rush for Natsumi. See if that pays off down the line. You do have an early blink for Bok. He's trying to farm it up. Only has the Soul Ring right now. They have slowed down by a good amount, but Neon's lead isn't massive as well. It's just about 1k. You need to continue to melt these objectives to buy themselves some space out. And if you leave Nico alone, well, with his huge spider armor, he can do damage on the tier 1.
He can. He will. Glyph up. Your Paj going to come in and take a lot of those spiderlings away again. Even disarms the Brood Mother. Going to be really annoying for Nico now on this Brood. He just can't catch a break. Does get that Orchid up. Maybe we see a play out with this Orchid now, because there is no real defensive capability from your Paj if he is silenced up. It might be the time to go if you are Nico.
Yeah, they
Right now.
need to make that Spire Spike. They've got to find an opening. They are smoked up, though, 0-3-2 with their 2 supports up top.
Rap gonna move in. Arena gonna be out from Bok. There's your Spectre Horn, and that'll be at least Playhard gone. Now onto Januel. He might die and does. Excuse me, he does get Rap. Skem gets that kill on Natsumi. He's gonna get False Promised up, but Ninja Boogie is gonna go down, and Natsumi has been left behind. And he will die. Nice pick up there from Neon. Big team fight and a tier 1 top tower. They'll get away with it.
Yeah, And 0-3-2, the initiation not quite that clean. They're forcing these fights without their biggest investment, the Brood. Like, sure, you send Skem in, but this is a very poor Spectre you're sending into front lines. You need the Brood Mother. He talked about it, right? With the Orchid pickup, you need to make something happen with Nico. They can't just fight around like this. They've got to find a way to play around where the Brood set up the webs. So you're looking at mid lane. That's where you're strong. That's where you need to play. But they've got to just buy some space out for the Spec. Do not be under pressure to use that Haunt. It's way too slow now for them to play around the Haunt timings. They don't have combos with it in a way. Just get some farm up on that Spec. Maybe have Bach. It's on him to play with Nico. And if you can trap them in the arena, you can pretty much melt them as long as you split them up well enough here from the side of Neon.
Play hard. Gonna go to Natsumi down at that bot lane and just try and annoy him while he tries to get some farm going. Got JG here as well now on the Dazzle. Just going for that Guardian Greaves rush after the Necro book. Is he even gonna buy the Necro book? He's queued up them. He's buying mech items now.
Yeah, just the Guardian Greaves rush, and I think I honestly don't know if you even really want the Necro here. Maybe just go for different items with lower cooldowns that would benefit you. I'd say Force Staff and Yule spamming would be really annoying, or even a Dagon rush, right? If you want to just really hammer in it. Although
Nico's gone mid lane. There's nothing to save him. Rolling Thunder, Ninja Boogie, False Promise is going to make it in time, but Yapar is going to have a look for the Oracle now. Swashbuckles out. He does make it back to the Fountain, but is going to go down Ninja Boogie. And the Fountain apparently does enough healing to save Nico. I thought they might have enough damage even through that False Promise, but apparently not. But Yapage is going to go into the Roshan now with Skem. They have a DD rune active. We'll see if Yapage can actually tank this enough. He's hoping for some lucky shots here. Disarm the Roshan.
Yeah, it's really a quick one though. Like, Skem is pretty darn big. Tree Wraith Band's up, Power Thread's up, Dragonlance up. Lots of right click on that Drow. You've got the Vengeur around as well. So fast first Roche. Aegis goes the way of Yapage. 0-3-2. They're 3k behind now. They're the ones with the Brood. This is not good signs for them in terms of the state of the game. Your Spectre is still really poor as well. Like, barely above JG. So you need to find a place for Natsumi to keep farming up. And they're going to try to go for the bot tower, but Neon, they're just keeping mid shoved in. They're making it awkward for Nico to get anywhere else on the map. And the Brood really, it's been a very flat pick here for 0-3-2.
Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. Is Nico stuck? No, he's not. He's alright.
His model was just having a bit of a seizure. With those IKs, I don't know what Valve did to the IKs, but they can act really weird in some spots. So, yeah, he crawls down. He's a spider. You know, it's just like a friend. In this game, it's not like a terrifying tarantula, although they are making move bot.
They are. Not gonna last very long. Like, they'll see JG, they'll see Skem TP down with the Viper. That's gonna be enough for him. Maybe Bok can initiate here on the Mars. He does have the blink, but he is forced to blink away. They have found Ninja Boogie on that Oracle. And Yapage easily takes him up. But now you have the arena there with the Haunt in. They might be able to take this fight. They do get play hard. Januel is also getting very low, but a great gust now from Skem. And now Yapage will respawn up with the Aegis. Bok is stuck in the corner there. He has nowhere to go. It's going to be a 3-for-1 trade. Yeah, you got the Aegis, but that really means nothing. Into the tier 1 bot tower.
Yeah, it's just gonna melt. Like, it's the strength of the Drow draft with Avenge. They just melt through objectives really fast. And right click damage is through the roof. 0-3-2, they're sacrificing a lot here. And Bok just doesn't manage to get too much done. Natsumi actually forced to go for a Blade Mail build in the Spec, and that is a pretty dead build. You don't see anyone going Blade Mail nowadays unless you're too far behind, and Natsumi has been pretty far behind. So just trying to make the most of the situation. This is not going to stop. Neon, they don't have big ults to wait for. They can just keep pushing.
Well, they know how far ahead they are. Like, it's a 4v5 now without this Brood Mother. Right? Like, the hero needs to be ahead by a mile to be effective, and that's just not the case. Swap in. They do miss the spear, though. Play hard. Trying to go onto Ninja Boogie. False promise onto Natsumi to save him, but Ninja Boogie will die. Still Nico going to come in now, but you have your Shallow Grave out of Nico. He's gone too far. They survive. Everyone's alive thanks to JG. And it's just back into the tier 2 tower. They want this game over ASAP currently, Neil.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to stop them. They have no big ults to wait for. Yep, they have literally nothing to wait for. And 032, and they've got to wait for Arena. They've got to wait for the False Promise. They need the Haunt. And they don't even have a blink on Wrap, so your Tiny can't make any deep plays. Just clearing out the map slowly but surely. I mean, these are supposed to be scary areas, you know? Parts where the web's up. That's where the Broodmother is supposed to be dominant, but it's really not. Like, they just aren't being able to do anything about this invasion. And Neon, well, if you're going to give us objectives, we'll take them.
Yep. Tier 2 mid tower now under siege. Yapash is a bit too far ahead on the Pangolier to keep under control. Still has that 10-second BKB charge ready to use. Neon, I don't think they can go high ground yet, but they might try. Okay,
Yeah.
they're going to give it a crack. This is risky.
I don't think it is. Like, look at the range at Scam. He's down the steps, reaching into the tier 3s. Even if you find play hard, it's okay.
Arena is there. They got out Scam with that spear, but Bok is dropping very, very low. Now the Avalanche Task out onto Scam. He's just not dying. They don't have the damage output. Natsumi's still trying to go forward, but Scam, well, Fate's Edict is going to make it so he can't hit, but Yopaj is on the case, disarming the Spectre, takes him out. Bok back onto Scam. They'll get that kill. Now the Hawk back in onto Yopaj. They'll get another. And now you also lose the Viper, and that's why it's risky.
Yep, they got punished. That's the blink reveal for Bok, finally paying off. They did force the buyback out from Natsumi. I think considering how much it took for them to take that, and they took the tier 3s anyway, Neon not going to be too upset. Like a buyback on Natsumi, you don't have to worry for that in the next fight. Also takes away pretty much all of his farm. Could have bounced in there. And they do defend successfully 032, so the racks are still standing. But I'm sure Neon, they know it's kind of an opening. They're just going to reset, get the farm up. 032, the best they can hope for is some catch-up here. Use this time as an opportunity to maybe finish a couple of items up. Nico, very close to a BKB. If they can get that up, you can really focus in. And the one thing 032 did right there was that JG just immediately died. You have to save your Dazzle. You need the spam of the heals, and oh no.
What is this? Bot lane? Arena? JG gonna go down. That's a nice pick off there for the side of 032. They'll get the tier 1 bot tower. Yapash still in the mid lane, just chasing down this Tiny, who can't even fight back with these disarms out. Gets a swashbuckle in. He might get a toss off in time, though. No, they missed the spear into the tree as well. At least the Tiny does survive, though, for the side of 032, so they'll be okay with that. Did cost them a lot of rotations, however, to try and make sure he was safe.
Yeah, it's not a big loss missing out on that kill. You still got a nice consolation prize bot with JG. He is worth a lot. You're setting back this Dazzle by a huge amount. JG has to really be more cautious. He is the key for this draft in Neon. It's down to the Dazzle just getting the Shallow Grave off, spamming out the Shadow Wave, getting the mech off as well. So he needs to live through this, and if he can't afford to be the forward here, it has to really be John Yuel up front, or Yapaj, and that's the one thing with this draft. You don't have a clear frontliner, so it can be awkward when you're trying to line yourself up for an objective. And 032, if they have the discipline to always jump JG first, I think they've got a pretty nice chance of bouncing back in. The lead down to just 3k. It's not massive. It's never been that massive anyway, and if Neon slips up a couple more times, you might find yourself with a very even game soon.
You may. BKB up now on Nico. Even Bok. This one up on the Mars. Natsumi. Has he got the Ash? Has he got the Manta up yet? I mean, he's just queued up a BKB himself on the Spectre. I don't see a Manta coming out, so it must just be a casual Yasha.
yeah, I think he has no choice. He's got to be able to stand and fight. Manta, Purge is not going to be enough. BKB at least allows you to stand and fight. And God, Scam's range. He was attacking from the camp. Like,
Yep.
right outside the middle of that spawn camp, although.
Bok wants an arena out. He's been disarmed up, but he gets the BKB, but so does Yopaj. The spear won't stun him up. And tossed back into the arena with the Rolling Thunder is there from Yopaj, but the BKBs just last so long at the moment, so they will get Januel, but he's going to buy back. Nico trying to go onto Scam. A nice spear in from Bok now with the toss in on the Spider. They've got Scam on the Drow Ranger. He'll buy back. I guess they know that there's no buybacks available on 032, so they can just go for this, and looks like they're going to try and go high ground here. So the Oracle set to die, Ninja Boogie eventually will go. He does have it.
Oh, Januel.
Okay, he will get away with the juke. And with those buybacks, they're going to have to commit to the high ground. They don't have that much time, though.
No. Really low cooldowns for the respawns. There are no ults, so there's no arena, no haunt. I think that's the big opening for Neon. They just don't have to worry about that control, and they can probably at least find one Rax here very quickly.
Your one Rax going down. Arena going to be out once again, catching quite a few heroes there. BKB's popped by Yopaj. They're going to try and fight this one back with the Rolling Thunder out now. Could be a great Rolling Thunder from Yopaj. He does land onto Natsumi, and they do take out the Spectre, but they have already lost Skem as well on the Drow Ranger. It's still a 2-for-3 trade and a 2-for-4. Make that a 3-for-4. Nico on a triple kill on the Broodmother. He's just going to try and hide. Playhard will have the swap in back into Yopaj, and this may make it a full team wipe, and does. Playhard getting a triple kill now on the Venge of all things.
Yeah, it's a good time here for Neon. No one to defend, so they're gonna go for another set of racks. Just going for the melee. Yopaj, well, no, it's not gonna be that quick, but they can get some damage off. They switch their targets to the ranged, and that is actually a lot faster than you expect once Playhard hits.
Absolutely it is. No second Rax going down. Can they defend? Rap's there. Ninja Boogie's there. They can disarm Yopaj. That's really all they can do. No, they're not going to get away with it, but maybe they can punish for this. As Bok is going to come in. He'll go on to play hard, but Yopaj is going to be around to try and protect. Now the arena does catch both of them, but Bok has been left alone. Gets the BKB off now, but is in trouble. Yopaj is still just hitting away. He'll be forced to spear and just run, but now the swashbuckle in, and they want to chase this Bok. Mars. Try and take him out eventually. Bok has overstayed his welcome. Gets speared onto Yopaj, but is going to die anyway. Are they just going to go high ground again, Neon? They've got Skem here.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're not worried about, there's not going to be an arena for 40 seconds. You can at least melt the tier 3 until Bok is back up. There is a haunt that 032 could play with, but these fights have been pretty back and forth. It's not been very clean for 032, even when you do find the trades, and they just go for it.
Rap, nice toss on to play hard with the avalanche out. That'll be Avenge gone. Scam. Let's just back up here on the Drow. They aren't going to play without the Venge because they don't have that added range with the Aura. So they're going to back off with this AK net worth lead. They'll wait out, play hard. Maybe even wait out the next Roshan, which I say next Roshan. It's been up for a while now, so they could just go after that instead.
Yeah, it's a safe objective to go for. They've already got 2 lanes of racks. Not much else to lock in on the map for Neon. So that's the safest play. Of course, you might want to also just kind of give JG some space. Get the Dazzle to 18. 18 is just such a huge spike once you get the 50% CDR on the Blad Juju. So expect way more uptime in the Shadow Wave, way more activations in the Guardian Greaves. Could make it difficult, but 032, they play smart. They smoke up. You might be able to maybe spot that Rosh out first.
They do. Bok's just going to stand in the pit for now. pushed in. Gonna get vision. They seem to... Not really sure what that haunt was about, actually. I guess you get vision from it, that's great and all, but you knew they weren't in the Roshan pit.
Yeah.
They weren't going to take it themselves either. Well, they're going to force the Roshan now, because the haunt's down. Casually a bounty rune just sitting there as well that nobody's taken. Swap, they have got Wrap on the Tiny, and the Rolling Thunder is coming in to take care of that Tiny, but Nico pops his own BKB trying to go after Skem. He will force Staff away with the Gust now, with the multi-shot. They'll get rid of one. That's going to be Ninja Boogie. Now Natsumi also down, and for Nico, he is definitely going to die here to Yopaj. That'll be a triple out for Yopaj. They do commit 2 buybacks. They want to keep contesting this Roshan. Their presence will be enough.
Yeah, and they're actually maybe trying to sneak it themselves. And Neon?
Start out to play hard onto Bok. Bok got so darn low so quickly, but they've got play hard in the pit. It just doesn't seem to matter though. This play hard is going to be right. Januel just chasing up Bok, keeping him slowed up with the poison attacks. They are going to get the bars. Now the team fight starts once again. JG in a bit of trouble, but he does get the shallow grave off in time. And Skem's about to respawn in the Drow Ranger. They'll get Wrap with the dieback. They'll get another in the form of Nico. 3 heroes down without buyback available, and that may as well be GG. Because after this Roshan, they're rushing the base.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, these are all diebacks. It's a full minute until these 2 heroes are up. Natsumi is already the one kind of left behind to try to push back. Their tier 4s are kind of being pushed on already from the 2 waves. You've got everything here for Neon. There's really not much stopping them. Maybe you make one more play because Bok respawns fairly soon. You could try with an arena, but with just 2-3 heroes, it's not going to be enough to hold us back.
They'll go for the Mega Creeps, it looks like. Be a fast tower to go down. They will fortify. A bit more time, but looks like Natsumi may have been caught there. Bok going to go for the arena and try to protect that Spectre. Yopaj will go after him instead. He'll be forced to BKB and just TP away. But Natsumi is still in danger. Play hard. Does not have the swap. Gets stunned up anyway, and he's going to die, and they've called the GG. Nice dominant victory there for Neon, and that is going to force us to a game number 3.
Yep, really quick game coming out from them. They fixed up their draft. They fixed the execution down. 0-3-2. That last pick, Brood into Pango, really not paying off. Got punished hard. They've got to think twice about a cheese pick like that. Not very impressive showing for the scary spider. It's supposed to be like a scary tarantula, Mike. It ended up like being a friendly huntsman at home. You know, it doesn't do much. It's just kind of creepy looking, but you can kind of handle it. So
Yep.
we'll see if 0-3-2 brings it back or brings back their gameplay for game number 3. But Neon, well, forcing it to game 3, they stay in, and they're looking back to in pretty good form here.
They are. With that, we'll be back in about 10 minutes for our 3rd game of this best of 3. We'll see you then.